God is just not fair, finding hope when life doesn't make sense. Before I was born, the Lord called me from my birth. He has made me mention of my name. The prophet Isaiah in Isaiah chapter 49. He knows your name. The competent woman started today living boldly and without the fear. Only change will relieve stress. If you are stressed out, if you are stressed out all the time, something will have to change in order for the stress to be relieved. And secret to living smart, savvy, and strong. If we see improvement, and you have a plan in place for future improvement, we will work with you to keep your education in place. Lord, teach me to pray in 28 days. The next morning she arose to distant sounds of gunfire and worried about food for her children. Bible. That man is a part of our family. He may yet do more for us. Stick with him. Jesus calling. Enjoy peace in his presence. This will unclutter your mind, allowing me to occupy more and more of your consciousness. what I learned on the way to the top. Money will buy all kind of things for my family, but it won't buy their love. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. What on earth am I here for? The purpose driven life. Temptation is a sign that Satan hated you, not a sign of weakness or worldliness. All things are working for your good. My father had tried to get me up in front for years, but I was comfortable behind the scenes. Facing your giants. How do you make God your refuge? Multiply. Disciples making disciples. The significance of what God would accomplish through David is brought out in 2 Samuel, where God makes a covenant with David. The man in the middle. President Lincoln once turned down a job applicant citing as his reason, "I don't like his face." The Pleasure of Loving God, from the best-selling Oath of Passion for Jesus. He is most honored when we come to him with an attitude that recognizes that all he does for us is intended to increase our satisfaction in him. Hear my heart, what I would say to you. While we have much to rejoice about in the current resurgence of evangelicalism, we evangelicals also have a few shortcomings that we need to address. the power of one Christ-like life. Have you struggled with a situation in your personal life in which you cannot seem to break through? Don't drop the mic. The power of your voice can change the world. Tour guide and trailblazers, the tongue is the only instrument that gets the sharper with use. Great communicators bridge the legacy of the past with the dreams of a better future. The language of letting go, daily meditation on codependency. We may have used alcohol, other drugs, relationship, or sex to stop our pain. Overcoming fear and discouragement. As so, life and the events can often seem very ordinary, even insignificant. Yet you never know what God is doing behind the curtains of time, nor where it will lead. That is why it is so important that we live godly in the everyday circumstances of life, as you will see in your study of Esther. Jesus in Blue Jeans, a practical guide to everyday spirituality. All eyes in the synagogue were fixed on him. Extraordinary key to a breakthrough life. You were meant for more. All of us were extraordinarily created for a life that is anything but ordinary. Intended for pleasure, sex technique, and sexual fulfillment in Christian marriage. The means of determining the time of ovulation. I explained earlier in this chapter in the section on natural family planning. Love revolution, a word of encouragement from a leader can inspire a person to reach a potential. A masterpiece in the making, life lessons for spiritual growth. I don't like pain, but I no longer fear it. The search for significance, seeing your true worth through God's other eyes. If we believe the lie, I am what others say I am, the fear of rejection will plague us. Praying with purpose. The only way to preserve our praying from being hindered is to regard prayer at its true and high value. Life with God, reading the Bible for spiritual transformation. I was sitting in the audience when a friend, a highly respected professor and theologian, with a disarmingly humorous and down-to-earth manner, gave a lecture and then opened up the floor for questions and answers. Success is not an accident. Change your choice, change your life. Question suggestion. This technique often produces an invigorating emotional reaction, particularly when the self-talk concerns your self-esteem and self-worth. Finish the mission of bringing the gospel to the unreached and unengaged. The kingdom has come because the Son has come. Starting your day right. Devotions for each morning of the year. I used to be so miserable when I went to bed that I wished it was time to get up. Undercover, the promise of protection under his authority. I responded that I didn't know, and at his request, I agreed to do everything possible to bring peace. Intimate intercession, the sacred joy of praying for others. Since we have so great a cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let us also lay aside every encumbrance and the sin which so easily entangle us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of faith. man of the Bible. Standing before him was Jesus, accused of capital crime, but guilty of nothing except offending the sensibilities of some Jewish religious leaders. Blessed in the darkness, how all things are working for your good. Are you sure that God told you this? Daily readings from Becoming a Better You. 90 devotion for improving your life every day. Psalm chapter 55. Give your burdens to the Lord, and he will take care of you. He will not permit the godly to slip and fall. The principle of the path, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. Numbers you wish you'd never called. Seamless, understanding the Bible as one complete story. We'll get there. Wait, why temporary? God wants his people to make a temporary home for him so that he can dwell with them. Turning your stress into strength. Yes, shortly after that experience, my wife and I dedicated our lives to Jesus Christ, and we are following him as close as we know how. The winning attitudes, your key to personal success. Though it should be obvious, what is the primary force that will determine whether we succeed or fail? The case for Easter. But I protested. It's not really a first-hand account. If God is in control, then why? Trusting a just God in an unjust world. Are you willing in the future to make yourself available to listen to God and then to pray as his ambassador, though the things that are on his heart? If so, how much time each week? Jesus Calling, devotions for every day of the year. Your only hope is to look up and see the light of my presence shining down on you. Thank God it's Monday. 52 weekly inspirational messages to blast away your Monday blues. I discovered a place of no mind, a gap. It was perfect.